Hey guys, George from SME here, and today I'm bringing you the next installment of our Data Catalyst video series. So let's cover what we've done so far. We've onboarded data into Data Catalyst. We've now enriched a catalog. So for many use cases, this may be fine. We're ready to start publishing our data. But in some, we're not quite there yet. There may be some transformations that we need to do. We may need to blend some tables together. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to cover data flows in Data Catalyst. So what this looks like is like the ETL workflows that you're used to in other ETL tools. But this allows you to bring data together, transform it, get it to be production ready. So that way, when it hits the catalog, you've got your condensed, refined data. So let's go check it out.
The goal of today's demo is to use the prepare module to take 3 separate entities and denormalize them into 2 new entities. In this process, we're going to select the fields we need, perform a series of joins, and do some light transformations. So let's go to the prepare area. The prepare section contains all of the data flows in Data Catalyst. As mentioned before, data flows can be compared to workflows in modern ETL tools. Since we are starting from scratch, let's go to the designer. This is where we can build our data flow. You can see that we have a wide variety of tools to work with. The ones we will use the most today are the transform to get the fields we want from our sources and the joins to combine the tables. But we also have filters, sorts, routers, aggregations, change data capture, and more. Above these, you can see that we have the sources and targets for our data flows. So first things first, let's go ahead and add our sources. From C360, I'm going to go ahead and grab contact, person, and person name. And in this screen, you can see that we have some options when it comes to the data loads. This is very important. Notice how you can take ugly or bad records to prepare into good records. You can also grab latest and specific loads in addition to samples and statistics. We're just going to go ahead and grab some samples. Now that we have our sources, let's go ahead and use the transform to grab only the fields we need from them. I'll go ahead and add my fields. Okay. And now that we've got our fields from these 2 tables, what we're going to do is we're just going to join them based off of that ID field. Go ahead and add the join criteria. And now we've combined them into one entity. So let's transform the person name to get the fields we want, but one thing that we're going to do differently is that we're going to actually take one of the fields and transform it based off of a formula, which is given name 1. So let's go into given name 1, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple replace to replace the name where Mike is equal to Michael. You can do a lot more with the transforms if you can imagine. Go ahead and validate the rule. Good to go. And now let's rename it first name. So from here, what we can do is then we can add another join to join our transformed entity or joined entity with this new one. Add the join criteria. And now we have one entity. But I mentioned that we wanted to have 2 targets. So what are we going to do? Or what we're going to do is we're going to split the table with a router to have 2 entities based off of last name, whether it's A through M or N through Z. So let's go ahead and add the router. And now we need to add 2 targets. So the first one, SMES, denorm AM. Then SMES, denorm, NZ. Okay, perfect. So now what I got to do is I got to use this to add a rule. And the rule is going to be where last name is less than N. Go ahead and validate that rule. I'll call this AM. Add another one. validate again. Call this empty. So now that we have our 2 ports, what I can do is I can reroute these. And now that you can see, we have our complete workflow. So we just built our first data flow, and from here what we can do is we can save it, validate it, and execute it to build out our 2 new entities in our catalog. So thanks for watching this demo on Data Catalyst. In the final installment of our series, we are going to work with the catalog itself and publish our entities so that they can be used in Qlik Sense and other applications. If you want to learn more about Qlik Data Catalyst, feel free to reach out in the comments below or at info@smiasgroup.com. Until next time, bye guys.